So Bitcoin surges above $47,000 and the Bitcoin spot ETF could be going live in just a couple of days. Let's dig into it. So let's start here on coin market cap. The total market cap of crypto globally stands at $1.71 trillion, up 2.02% at the time of recording. And Bitcoin is at 46,697.22, up 2.80% in the past 24 hours. So there's so much going on, lots of real bullishness when it comes to the potential movements of Bitcoin with the Bitcoin spot ETF. So let's take a look at the biggest headlines in the crypto space. So we're going to start here. Crypto market adds 100 billion daily as Bitcoin soared to a 21-month high. You heard me right. $47,000 was a 21-month high for Bitcoin, and adding $100 billion to the market cap daily is just monstrous. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. So 𝗕𝗪𝗠𝗃, CEO, says its spot Bitcoin ETF should trade on Thursday. And this is what's being said on CNBC. And I think this is really, really interesting. I've been of the thought process that we should be expecting a big length of period between approval and when everything goes live and money starts to soak into some of these Bitcoin spot ETFs. But maybe I'm wrong. Now, looking at this article, firms are of the belief the Bitcoin spot ETF will rapidly fill up. And look, 𝗕𝗪𝗠𝗃, as well as BlackRock, JP Morgan are expecting the SEC to make a decision on Wednesday. And that aligns to what we've been telling you here on Cheeky Crypto. Now, it's not all plain sailing, and I really want to be quite clear with people that we have been talking about the other risks that are happening in the crypto space. Now, after the Bitcoin ETF decision, US debt announcement may be pivotal for crypto traders, and this is something that we've talked about an awful lot on the channel. We are expecting the Fed to do a pivot, potentially Q2 or Q3, but there are rumors that it could be sooner than that. And when we have a pivot, we have always seen traditionally a crash in stocks, and stocks are correlated with crypto and vice versa. So our expectation is that we see a bit of a pullback. Now, look, this announcement from the US debt could potentially have a negative impact on the markets and the attitude of investors. So it's one to definitely be aware of. Now, Coinbase analysts are telling us that this bull run represents the same as 2018 and 2022. So looking at the article here, Coinbase says Bitcoin and Ethereum current cycle represents the 2018-2022 runs. And you can see this here in this graph here. You've got the 2011 cycle here, the 2011-15 cycle, the 2015-2018 cycle, and the 2018-22 cycle. So you look, we're representing very similar moves to what we've seen historically when it comes to the Bitcoin and the Ethereum moves in these cycles. And a lot of people have been saying that really we are just going through the same cycles over and over again. Now, I'm not one that believes this. I think that this time will be very different. I am expecting the longest and the biggest bull run in history. I just think that we're going to start to see mainstream adoption for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, and for other altcoins. I think it's going to be a really interesting time. So moving on, and X, I guess community is probably the best way to articulate it, are fed up with the consistent stream of malicious crypto ads. YouTube seems to be non-stop scam adverts, and it needs to improve. And look, people are going on about this massively on Twitter, X. It's not just YouTube, it is all of the social media platforms. You need to be really, really careful. You have to cross-check everything before making any sort of, I guess, moves in this crypto space. Anything that seems too good to be true, likelihood is it is unlikely to be legitimate and is most likely to be a scam. So look, just make sure that you're being very, very cautious. Never, feel rushed into anything. And if you have any concerns or you are unsure, feel free to drop into our Discord. Link is in the description of this video. It's absolutely free to join. I would rather you ask myself, Nick, our team, or our community if you're unsure if something is legitimate or not. Just ask in the Discord. Better to be safe than sorry. It's one of the biggest frustrations for me in this crypto space is the amount of people that get scammed out of their hard-earned money. There's no need for it to happen. Make sure that you immerse yourself in a fantastic community. Our Discord is just the place. So let's stay on the subject of scammers. The next article, we got US arrest Bitcoin Rodney, alleged hyperverse crypto scheme promoter on IRS charges of fraud. I think this is a fantastic story. Going to drop it in our Discord for people to read through at their leisure. I think it's so important that we start to see these people being brought to justice. It is a massive frustration for everybody invested in cryptocurrency. This sector, has pretty much been self-regulating because there are no crypto regulations as such. They've only recently started to sort of take form and take place. And, actually, there's been a few bad actors, but overall, I think, everybody invested, the good actors in crypto, I think have done a very, very good job. There's lots of misinformation around how bad crypto is and how it's used for fraud and crime. But actually, a quick Google search would demonstrate that the standard financial or traditional financial services are plagued with the same issues as blockchain. So look, I'm glad to see this stuff coming to fruition and seeing people being brought to justice. I think it's really important. And the final one that I want to cover off again is another scammer, a more prominent one, and that is Logan Paul. He should be absolutely disgusted with himself. I think somebody with this level of exposure, the WWE should be looking at this and should be taking action. I think people like this should be shunned. They should lose their platforms and they should be brought to justice. I think it's criminal what Logan Paul is offering for his, I want to put air quotations, failed CryptoZoo game project. It wasn't a failed project. It was a project that never actually got off the ground. And ultimately, Logan Paul seems to be shifting the blame towards others, in my opinion, when really he was the one that led the project. He was the one who employed these individuals that had criminal records and so on. And I think that really needs to be, in people's minds. Look, people should stop watching, stop following these types of individuals and follow and focus on good people that have your back and are, I guess, thankful for the support. So look, this is my thoughts. This is my opinion on Logan Paul. I think it's disgusting. And look, I think people should be really focused on, leaving and not following these individuals. I think, they're bad for our planets, really, not just crypto, not just blockchain. Actually, I think they're bad for generations of upcoming, children and so on. Look, That's me. Enough babbling on all this sort of stuff. You can let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below. Logan Paul and other scammers have done lots of damage to not just the image of blockchain and cryptocurrency, but they've also done a disservice to everybody else that, you know, has aspired to build platforms like what they've got. So yeah, look, I take this stuff pretty seriously. I think it's disgusting. He should be ashamed of himself, and people shouldn't be following him, but that's, you know, for others to make the decision on. Really eager to get your views and opinions. Why not give this video a follow, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.